All right. So, yeah, TexAgs Rewind presented by Yeti. Some of you who are watching this are not Aggies. You just want to see our misery. Well, here it is. Some of you who are Aggies, you're like, do I really want to watch this? Yes, I do. Well, look, bad game last night. Penn State was awesome. I mean, they executed their game plan to a T. A&M did not. And that's just the bottom line. So we talked about that. A&M playing their worst two games of the year, at least in 2023. The last two games that they played. So we had to talk about that. Obviously, we talked with Mark French. We talked to Logan Lee. Billy joined us. We had OB obviously on here. So we had a lot of time. Hop even joined the show. Plus the baseball bunch gets us ready now. It is officially only baseball season, and baseball, softball, track and field, tennis, golf. Sorry, but you know what I mean. Baseball season really going to be a big part of what we do here moving forward. LSU series, we had that and much more here on TexAgs Rewind. Not predictable at all, but totally like afterwards, like, of course, this is what I go through in my Aggie sports life. This is, of course, what happened. A&M basketball played Penn State style of basketball, and they lost to a Penn State style of basketball team.
I did not recognize the style of play from A&M. I think you hit it right on the nail right on the head. I think A&M did play the game that Penn State wanted to play. It's like they wanted to be Penn State. It was almost like A&M was, the team was doing the "We Are Penn State" chant because, hey, we're going to go out there and shoot 3-pointers all over the place, and we're not going to do the things that, quite frankly, are the reasons that they were here in Des Moines, Iowa anyway. They weren't attacking the rim. They weren't trying to draw fouls. Did not play good defense, but a lot of that was just because Penn State could really shoot, but they never really adjusted to what Penn State could do.
So I was kind of thinking to myself, and of course, after a game like that, you overreact mentally, like as a fan, right? I'm thinking to myself, A&M honestly has not played really good basketball in more than just two games because they played an excellent half against Arkansas.
Okay.
Second half. They didn't play a good first half.
All right.
I think they played an excellent half against Vanderbilt. I don't think they were great in the second half. They did enough to win. They had a huge lead. But I'm just saying over the last, how many games is that? That's now 4 games. 5 games, right? 4, you're right. Sorry. Last 4 games, we haven't seen the best Texas A&M. We saw them the best that they played a half against Vandy. That was an amazing half.
I mean, a team OPS of over 1,000, almost 1,100 is an OPS. A team ERA that's sub 2.3. A team WHIP that is sub 1. That's what LSU's done so far this year. So all the talent is matching the metrics.
Yeah.
Right? Or the metrics are matching the talent. They've got the number 1 overall pick, most likely in Dylan Cruz in center field. Paul Skeens might be the first right-handed pitcher drafted in this upcoming draft. Thatcher Hurd will be a high draft pick when his time comes. He's going to be their Sunday starter. You're looking at
Chase Shores isn't starting this weekend.
Yes. Trey Morgan, Gavin Dugas, Braden Jobert. Like these guys, they're loaded offensively. Tommy White. Look, A&M is going. It's going to take not just A&M. It's going to take any team that's planning to knock off them in a series. You're going to have to play a really good brand of baseball. You're not going to be able to make mistakes on the mound because they're going to punish you. And you're going to have to put them in uncomfortable situations defensively because even though they're fielding much better than they have in the past, if there is one little place I think that you can nitpick, I think it's defensively. They're not as clean as maybe you would think. I wouldn't even say that they weren't as clean as like the Tennessee team last year. I think that's, though, if there's one area of weakness, maybe it might be on the dirt defensively
because they hadn't played with any pressure. How you field and how in a close game in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, and Minute Maid, you could have lost all those because you were the visiting team in there, and you played with that pressure on you for all those extra innings. And I don't think that's something LSU has had to be this year.
No, I just looked at their schedule. Series against Western, midweek against Southern.
That's Western Michigan.
Yes, Western Michigan. Sorry, Western Michigan. Sorry.
We're not on Detroit.
My bad.
Western.
Yeah, the The
People
Broncos
here probably thinking Texas Western.
from Kalamazoo, home of Derek Jeter.
Why you talk about, building this program into, one of the top programs in the region and the country, and the fan base support comes behind that. Why are we not playing? I think the fan base will be there. I think psychologically it'll take a hit for a little bit. Here's one thing that I would love to see, to talk about adjustments to the program. In addition to the new arena at some point in the next 5 to 10 years, we need to be playing bigger home games in November, December. Why is Kansas not playing at Reed every 3 to 4 years? Why are we not playing UH? Why are we not playing Baylor? Obviously, Texas coming over, that'll give us another marquee home game. But why are we not playing these blue bloods, doing a home and home? I hate neutral site games. I hate the Dickies Arena deal in Fort Worth. And you can say it gets you ready for the tournament, but I don't believe in that. And I think part of getting this fan base continually bought in, one, winning 25 games is a heck of a start. Winning big games like Tennessee at home, Alabama at home, those are things that the students remember. They remember the pregame party they had, and they look forward to that next year, right? All that stuff, I get it. But we also need to be playing in these big-time games in November, December. And I think that's something that I would love to see revisited. And then also just continually evolving the style of play. I think one thing that the fan base really enjoyed this year was we started to score the ball. Like, these teams defensively this team defensively isn't what some of the Buzz Williams teams were in the past, in my opinion, at certain times, but offensively we could score. And fans love that. Like, it's fun to see Wade Taylor pop off or Boots go off or Dexter have a high-flying dunk. And I think that's another component of this, the style of play, the evolution of that as we get more three-point shooters in, as we get, more athletes, and we upgrade at spots like the 4 position, maybe even at the 2 position, and so those are things that come to mind.
They were never the aggressor, it felt like. They were always on the defensive, and again, you credit Penn State, but I thought it was a bad matchup. March is about matchups. It really is. Look at Princeton and Arizona yesterday. Look at the teams that beat Virginia. The way Virginia plays basketball is a really bad matchup for these lower seeds, because by the nature of how they play, they basically beg for close games. I think this was a bad matchup for A&M. It's why at times it felt like the Colorado game or Boise or these games early in the year where teams were just burying threes against the Aggies, and you're going, well, why can't they guard out there? Why can't they? And it's just, I'd like to hear Logan talk about why that is more so than me. He understands it for French, but I think the matchup sucked. And I thought it was going to take A&M's A game just to win. I expected that, and I expected a close Aggie win that we were all going to sweat out. What I did not expect was for the Aggies to go up there and I think really, really put forth their worst performance in a while. And, man, it's frustrating, but it was a fun team, man. It was a fun season. I wouldn't call it anything historic because of how it ended. First round up loss to a lower seed. I think had they even just won one game, it would have been pretty damn memorable. Had they both won 2, they were 2 wins away from really making that thing special. But now the question is, what about next year, right?
Hey, Nick, I'm going to close it out by asking you to close it out because I'm tired, man. I didn't get that much sleep. I don't think you got that much sleep either.
I mean, yeah, I got to admit, I didn't stay till the ship sank completely, but I am tired. So y'all comment, like, subscribe, watch our shorts, follow us on Twitter, follow David on Twitter, all of the TexAgs people, and we'll catch you next week.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to watch me wear shorts, Nick.